Yo, what's up guys, it's Negan from Vikings War of Clans, and today I'm bringing you some info that was brought to us by Bones, the streamer. Let's get started with this video. Alright, so before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel, turn on bell notifications, and like this video. And once again, if you guys want direct notification when I go live or when I share videos themselves, you guys can join my Discord server, which will be in the description below, and you guys will be notified directly whenever I do a live stream or when I release new videos. Also, I announce giveaways and stuff like that in my Discord server, so come on over and check that out. So I want to start this video with a huge shout out to Bones the Berserker. He is a streamer in the streaming program. Guys, he is only level 1, but the content that he brings is phenomenal. Now, some of you may know Bones from the proxy server, and he is one of the people that actually help run it. It's essentially his server, but in reality it's a server for the community itself. He's just one of the people that run it and basically the leader of it, but he doesn't, he's pretty humble. He doesn't look at it as the leader of it, but it's his baby essentially. It was given to him by Jason Proxy, who fell away from the game, and I don't know the specifics behind it, but Bones was entrusted with the server, and he's done a great job with him and his moderators as well. Like, they've all done a great job to make the proxy server online one of the servers that gets great information out to all the players, including myself. So I want to give a shout out to Bones and to the proxy server for all the work that you guys do. I support everything that you guys do. You guys know that since I've joined, I've been nothing but supportive, and I still support it to this day, and I appreciate everything that you guys do. So huge shout out to all the moderators in the proxy server and to Bones for basically helping me get this video made, because you know I support you guys 100%. Anyway, so I was talking with Bones a little bit, and he actually shared a screenshot in great quality, because I know that there's some out there that have been shared which isn't the great quality. So I bring the good quality screenshot directly from Bones himself. So thank you once again, Bones. We're going to be doing a collab hopefully here soon, because again, I support Bones and the proxy server, and I want to try to help him get to the next level in the streaming program, because in reality he deserves it. Like, all the work that he puts together, him and Amber, you guys do great work. So yeah, we'll be getting him on here. We're trying to get him to that level 2 streamer in the streaming program, just because the content again that he brings is it doesn't compare. It's better than a lot of the content that I have. It's really good stuff, guys. So make sure to go and subscribe to his channel, check him out, because the tests that he does with the group and with specific people are just very, very accurate, and they explain it in a way where, again, I'm lazy and I don't do that kind of stuff. If you want those technical type things, he is the person to go and talk to about this. So let's take a look at these screenshots. But not only that, we are going to have Bones join us in this video. Yo, what's up, Bones? Welcome to the video. How's it going, man?
Good, Negan. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thanks for being in this video. I know it's very last minute, but I definitely appreciate you being here. I know that I've asked you a couple times to hop on very last minute, and you're always willing to help as long as you're available. So thank you so much for being here, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So all right, so we got a bunch of, actually, sorry, let's start with your video. You released a video that you just you posted about some of the question and answers that Smirnoff got. So explain this a little bit. Like, are these confirmed updates, or are they rumors per se?
So we all know how Torrent likes to play games.
Yeah.
He likes to make us guess things.
Or dance or sing, or
right,
you know.
Right. We have to earn our information. So one of the things that he did with them is, like, 30 wrong answers elimination kind of thing.
Okay.
Where Smirnoff and his audience had to come out with facts, and Torrent would tell them yes or no.
Okay.
If it was a no, it went into the category on the left-hand side, and that was, it was a negative. It was a negative point. If it was a yes, then that was the confirmed point.
Oh, okay.
So at the end, it was a total of 15 to 30. They got 30 wrong answers. That was the limit. That's when Torrance said, "I'll answer no more." The
Oh, okay.
15 were confirmed yeses.
So okay, so the questions that you got translated are confirmed yeses.
Yes.
Gotcha. So in other words, these are confirmed, or are they just rumors?
Well, I would say confirmed. I would be comfortable calling them confirmed.
Okay.
Because, as we know, there's obviously, of course, until the update is out itself, there's
We
obviously...
won't know. Yeah. It's
Exactly.
not
And there's...
it's not confirmed until it's fully out. But for the most part,
And
like, yeah, I get
they
you.
can always change stuff between now and then too. But
Yeah.
as far as the information is now, these are confirmed of these are things that Torrance said, yes, you are correct on that.
Okay, awesome. Well, okay. Well, I want to talk about these confirmed 15 questions from Smirnoff's, I guess, Q&A, or I guess, what was it? What was it that he was doing again? It was like a game, right? The game.
Yeah, from his game with Torrance.
Sweet. All right, so let's take a quick look. So, the first question was, update will be in April. That's coming up. That's 2 weeks from now, roughly, or a week and a half.
I think we're 2 weeks out now. And they told us before. They've hinted at it being in April. They've hinted at it being early spring. We've normally seen an update April or May, end of April, beginning of May normally.
Yeah.
So now if we're going early April, we could be looking at as early as 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe in the second week of April. It just makes sense, and along with with probably around the same time as new packs are gonna start coming out. For Easter, hey.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of Shaman Charm packs coming out recently, and that was one of the things they did say we would need more charms.
Oh man, it's gonna suck.
We all hated Shaman Charms the first time.
Oh man. That's gonna suck.
But when we bought them, man, you're old school in the game like me. When we bought our Shaman packs, we couldn't get an entire Shaman up to level 6 in one pack.
Yeah, it's gonna be expensive. No lie. Cool. Well, okay, that's exciting to see that's gonna be coming out in April. That's coming soon. Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
and then it says all eligible clans will be able to fly to Asgard at the same time. Okay.
Right.
Eligible clans, that's what I'm kind of looking at, is there are going to be clans in the kingdom, in our own kingdom, that won't be able, well, actually, do we know if it's going to be within the same kingdom, or is it going to be I know we don't actually know. It's
Right.
it might, who knows, maybe it's a bunch of random clans selected that are going to be up against each other.
Right.
But they said that it's going to replace KVK essentially.
Well, they said, so, it came out, I believe, Gladkey, the video I did about the information that Gladkey got for us.
Yeah.
About Asgard. They said it was going to be global and all clans would be eligible. But now when it says all eligible clans, I almost want to go on a limb here and say home gang. You have to be a certain influence to go.
Yeah, to qualify. Yeah.
As we see in Yacht now, you can't go until, well, Lord, it's been forever, I think. Level 26 Palace, I think, is when Yacht opens up. So, obviously there's going to be a good chunk of players that can go to this. But I think if it's more all eligible, I believe that would be influence. Home gang.
That makes sense.
What is it? I think it's 3 trillion. If you're under 3 trillion, you can't go to home gang. And
that makes total sense.
One person. So
Yeah, I think that makes sense, and I think a huge factor is for those players that are small or in small clans. Unfortunately, it's going to force a lot of small clans to merge with bigger clans to be able to go and participate. Yeah. That's what I'm going to assume it's going to happen. It's what it's going to do. So that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I kind of have a feeling that it's going to be clans only, and it's going to be a clan event, but it's not going to necessarily mean that you're going to have clans within the same kingdom join you.
Right.
I think it's literally maybe going to be like 4 clans up against each other, maybe like 6 clans up against each other.
They've told us, it was on another stream where Torrin said, I think it actually was in a Q&A. It might have been your Q&A. Sorry, there's so much information out about Asgard right now. I forget where I pull information from. I believe it was your Q&A, or maybe Stars. It was one of the English streamers that Torrin said you will be able to make alliances to fight in Asgard.
I feel like that might have been mine. I don't remember. I'd have to look back. I'm kind of lazy.
Then there's so many notes.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, I remember that you can make alliances, but then at the end, there's probably gonna have to be one winner. So
yeah, there's only one winner. But remember, no one will be disappointed.
Yeah, even last place. So if you guys suck, don't worry, you'll still get something.
Yeah, exactly. There'll still be rewards.
Yeah. And then number 3 says, okay, so all 6 points can be occupied by players of the same clan. 6. Do we have an idea of what he means about all 6 points?
They were kind of focusing on the central fortress that we see in Asgard.
Oh, okay. Like the main throne, essentially.
Yes, Hound pointed it out in his simulation video that he did. I know you pointed it out when you did the overall map, the view.
The video, yeah. Where there were 6 spots, right?
Yes, there's 3 on each, kind of 3 on each side. There's like a little like path that runs up to it. There's 3 on each side of that, and so we honestly believe that's what he's referring to there.
Gotcha,
they were talking about they were talking about a little bit about the image of that throne or that central fortress in Asgard when that was brought up.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. And then the one thing, I actually talked about it in my stream today, but it was the event will last 1 day. We were talking about how long, like this could be, like, there's no way that this event could last like 3-4 days. It just doesn't make any sense, because that's a lot of T8s.
Well, yeah, exactly. With what they're predicting for what we're going to need for troops, I mean, man, you're in red. Like,
yeah.
I can't see you guys throwing T8s for an entire, 36, 72 hours.
Yeah, but it gets expensive. Like, it gets expensive fast.
Exactly, and that's really it. So I think it's more they're honestly looking at like player constraint time too. Like, none of us, I don't think anybody in the game has the budget to constantly throw T8s for 3 days straight. Yeah,
no, and even during Jotunheim, Rhett and Blood, who are obviously back and forth, and Blood is usually the one that overpowers any clan in terms of holding. They usually play T7s, and they have T8s when they want to hold, but they don't hold with T8s the entire time, right?
We've seen, we've even seen it with clans like Spartak.
Yeah.
They'll get in there and they'll hold with T6, T7. And it's really like, they say T8s are our victory troop.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is the first time we've ever seen them say that we need T8s for a competition.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how needed they are actually going to be. Like, are they going to restrict us to T8s only? Or can we use T7s and T8s will be a necessary use to hold, right? Like, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. And then number 5 was no new Helheim levels when Asgard is added. So I'm assuming that's just no more, no Helheim.
Yeah, we're not going past floor 10 yet. Thank goodness. That was a collective sigh of relief for the proxy admin room, as I'm sure it'll be for a lot of players. I don't really want to have to go back through that dungeon. Yeah,
totally. And this next one, Pioneer 10 will be located in Asgard.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be interesting, especially since, like, if it's on a spot that you have to hold with your clan, you're gonna have to, like, share it with your clan, obviously, if you can hold that spot. And if there are players that, I mean, for one, it's gonna be hard because people don't have Pioneer, like, not everyone has Pioneer 9. Now, thanks to the streamers, we were able to give out Pioneer 9, great, but Pioneer 10 is going to be hard for those that can't participate.
Well, they say, yeah, and they say that Pioneer 9 is going to be easier to get. I don't know.
I don't know how they're going to make that easier.
That's what I'm thinking. Unless the tile automatically yeets you after 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's the only way I could think of. Did they say that in the question and answers here?
We would all definitely know where it was at that point for sure. No, there was a thing where they did say that Pioneer 10 would be easier to get. That was actually discussed. The total hint was Pioneer 10. They said, "Will Pioneer 10 be in Asgard?" And the answer was yes, but it will be easier.
Interesting.
To achieve.
Okay. I think it'll be easier in the sense that say it's in one of those like surrounding tower areas where you have to land on. Like if a clan kicks your clan out of that tower, I'm assuming the clan or a few players of the clan can hop to those specific spots, and then they hold close, right? So I'm assuming that's what they mean when they say it's going to be easier, is you're going to be able to kick out those players in that tower and land on there, and then maybe switch in and out within your clanmates. But who knows? We'll see.
Well, and they said that attacking the fortresses is linear too. So I mean, from Fortress 4, you can attack a 3 or a 2. I mean, we've seen since they're in like outer rings. I mean, if we have to beat the fortresses from the outer rings going in, well, what happens if we get beat in one of those fortresses in an inner ring? Does it kick us back out?
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Huh.
So yeah, I mean, there's definitely there's got to be some mechanic behind that would make it easier, I believe.
Totally. I'm just gonna adjust the volume really quickly. All right. Hopefully that fixes that. Sweet. And then towers will be rained with Plarium troops. Sweet. So they'll be reinforced. Do you think they're gonna be refilled every time it's taken over?
I'm not sure. That's one of the other interesting mechanics. We've seen them called the Guardians of Asgard.
Yeah.
So we don't know if it's going to be like a Fury Tower that you have to literally kick out the Guardians of Asgard to get your troops in it to reinforce it, and then like you kind of take their place, or if they're going to be like the tower troops we know already, where we can just kind of like backfill in behind them or with them. But they, I mean, them being reinforced with Plarium troops. I mean, they call the Jotun marches Plarium troops. They call them Jotun marches. So it could be, like those could be like the home of the marches that hit our SH. They could be, I mean, it could be all sorts of things there. Like really, it's going to add another mechanic. I mean, if we have to kick Plarium troops, NPC troops out of a tower in order to hold the tower, I mean, obviously we're going to kill troops there. So shards, big plus.
Shards on lots of fronts.
Exactly. And then if we have to take their place, you know what I mean, and someone has to kick you out of the tower at that point,
you'll be getting shards there too. As well. Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting for sure. And then there will be special rewards only available in Asgard. We kind of know that already. I'm sure there's going to be other things that we don't know about. But like those OS March increase sizes or whatever, those are going to be monstrous. That's going to be crazy. In Asgard, all clans that participate will be able to win rewards outside of clan events. Interesting. In Asgard, all clans that participate will be able to win rewards outside of clan events. Do you understand? I don't quite understand that question.
I'm not entirely sure, since it's all clans that participate. I don't know if at that point, like, it'll lump you into almost like a home gang league.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I mean, like, if we participate in home gang, and we win our league, or we win our home gang anyway, you know what I mean? And we get our rewards. Well, I mean, there's also, there's other aspects to this. I mean, there could be ranking rewards there. There could be different splits in the League of Asgard itself, as far as like if they're introducing a league just specifically for this event. So like you get, like say my clan gets like 90th place.
Yeah, yeah.
So we get the reward for 90th place. Like Rhett would,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
obviously
yeah. That makes
would
sense.
rank. I would imagine would rank in the top 5.
Yeah.
And so it's like I don't know if it's going to be a ranking thing, but it's honestly it goes back to that whole where they said only one will win, but no one will leave disappointed.
Yeah, yeah.
Was
I guess,
something
yeah.
has Torin told us before. So it just kind of reinforces that if you go and you participate in the event,
You're gonna get something no matter
rewarded.
what. Yeah, as long as
Yeah,
you're participating.
exactly.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. And then number 10 was there will be month-long bonuses for the winners of Asgard, like there is for the winners of Jot. So that's kind of nice. A month long, which is kind of crazy.
They've thrown the idea of the Emperor gear, which we've seen. That's literally translated to King's gear for the English for Shaman.
Yeah.
There's that. We've seen, obviously the King of Yacht can hand out reputes to kingdoms. I believe they get coffers to hand out too.
Yeah.
And some other things. There's some perks there too. So it's the same thing there. Honestly, we think that the winner of Asgard is going to get like an honorable title, either the King of Asgard or the Ruler of Asgard or whatever. Where they're going to have like a month-long bonus. But again, I mean, if this is taking place of like KVK or KVKR, it's going to run opposite of Yacht. So I mean, you're going to have Yacht, and then 2 weeks later, you'll have Asgard, or a week later, you'll have, you know what I mean? So it would be one of those things of like you could have the King of Asgard and the King of Yacht, or the Ruler of Asgard, King of Yacht. So I think we honestly are going with that. It's going to be a similar title, a similar prestigious position.
Okay. I'm assuming, well, from what it looks like, multiple. There's going to be multiple winners, obviously, of Asgard. Right. So it's kind of nice because obviously in Yacht, when you win, only they win, and they get the whole rewards for the whole month, and then they can give the bonuses to the different kingdoms, and it lasts for a whole month. But this one, obviously, if you win, you get the bonus for your kingdom for the entire, or maybe it's not for the kingdom, but maybe it's for your whole clan for an entire month, which is kind of crazy.
Right.
So and it's not just going to be us; it's going to be multiple clans that will win.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. And then we do not know if this will be part of the update, but sometime in the future there will be new weapons for Helheim. It translates to Treasure Sword. It will be a very powerful weapon. I'm assuming that this Treasure Sword, if it does come in the future, will be for a future update in Helheim to be able to help us pass level 710, or get past level, get past into the next level.
There were some things thrown back and forth, kind of, and they weren't given necessarily no's.
Yeah.
But they weren't direct yeses. And it wasn't, because obviously they're not adding to Helheim on this update. Yeah. But this was brought up now along with the information of this update, about possibly, a potential for boosts out of Helheim, like a different way to get boosts out of Helheim, or a different type of boost that comes out of Helheim. And again, it's just like you said, it could be a new weapon that's going to help us either beat floor 10, node 7, that a lot of people, I mean, there's still people struggling with it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Or there's going to be, the potential of we might need that weapon to unlock future levels of Helheim.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those, it's up in the air.
It's in the air, yeah.
It wasn't given a definitive yes, of it will be in this update. It was given a yes, there will be one.
Oh, okay. Huh. So that'll be interesting to see, I guess. We'll find out once we find out.
Yeah.
And then 12, I think 12 is a repeat in one of your other ones.
It is, but it was asked again, and
Gotcha.
it was asked again in tandem just due to the fact that they had uncovered potential gear for Helheim.
Yeah.
So again, it was asked, in the upcoming update, will there be new Helheim?
Gotcha. Way to waste a question, you guys.
I know, yeah.
And then number 13. This one's going to be interesting. There will be new VIP levels. That's gonna suck.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. I remember the last VIP update made me want to cry.
Oh man.
So many points.
So much gold.
Oh
my
God, yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
That's gonna suck.
But I mean, we do have better packs now.
It's true. Wow. I mean, how expensive are they gonna make VIPs? All right, like yeah, we have awesome packs now, but how much is a VIP upgrade gonna cost? It's gonna cost like 6 packs for one upgrade.
That Hero Keys and VIP update when it came out was murder.
That's gonna suck, man. I mean, it's gonna be good because we're gonna have a bunch of new bonuses. It's gonna increase a lot of stats, but at the same time, that's gonna suck.
When all those stats will help those 400 mil OSs too.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be around to see that. So thank you, Rhett, in advance for all the gold and all the content. Okay, not all clans will be allowed to participate. Okay, that we already know that. And then the last one, 1 to 2 players will be able to capture the island. Okay, so does that mean in terms of like an OS, 1 to 2 players will be able to capture it, or like? That's what I'm assuming is
we're not sure. Asked if 1 or 2 players were able to capture it. Since they have said that Asgard is a clan event, this question is more or less like, I look at it of like you said, will an OS be able to capture it, or does it have to just kind of be like a clan free for all, or can a solo OS capture it? But also, could like a solo March capture it? I mean, if it's one player,
I think so. The way I look at it is so when you're playing Fury as an example, you could do solos, right? You do solos up to a certain level. You could hit like up to level 12, maybe 13 multiple times, but it's really rare. But at that point, you start doing team attacks, OSs to be able to capture or destroy. Or not capture, but destroy the towers. I'm assuming it's going to be very strategic, just like Helheim or just like Holmgang as well. It's all about strategy. And what I'm assuming clans are going to want to do is you're going to want to powerhouse through one direction specifically to try to get to the center as fast as possible to capture that throne, and then protect the border of that center of the bullseye with your best players, and then if you have players left over, then you branch out from there. So essentially you want to try to defend the center as good as possible while defending your borders of that center. That's kind of my mentality.
That could be a throw too also, where you're going to need your alliance, because I mean, if you're only allowed, if we have it confirmed that you're only allowed to capture 4 towers or 4 forts, and you're going to want to try to protect that barrier as much as possible, you're going to need another clan to help you doing it.
And essentially you could, because if there's going to be 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or however many clans there are, and you make that alliance, if you're like, right, if you hook us up, like, you're going to lose. Right. So why don't you help us by securing your 2nd place by helping us, and done, and then you help. Or I mean, if you don't know you're gonna lose, if you it can, I mean, okay, sorry, I'm rambling now. Rhett usually wins. Blood usually wins. If they face each other, it's gonna be a bloodbath. But typically, like with Fury or like Holmgang, were unmatched. So for us, it's like, okay, you're gonna win, so here's your chance to get second place, help us defend, blah blah blah. Now for smaller clans, it's gonna be a little bit more even, because usually they're paired up pretty evenly, and it's matched up in the same influence in terms of clan base. So yeah, I could definitely see an alliance being formed to try to help each other defend a certain location. In that, like if one clan decides, hey, we have more players, we are a bit stronger, we'll hold the center, help us defend our borders, and we'll reward you for it, then that kind of makes sense to help each other in that aspect. But then in turn, I guess I don't know how the alliance would work. Is it a physical alliance you press to show a team, or is it just like a verbal alliance? Hey, you help us, we help you. Yeah. But then they could backstab you and try to take over per se. So that'll be interesting to see.
You pointed out 12 was a repeat. That is my typo on my original. Only castles level 35 and up will be able to fly to Asgard.
So you got to be 35 and up.
Correct.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
And I guess going back to the whole being able to capture an island by yourself, I'm assuming the outskirts will be where you're able to capture an island by yourself or with two players, because they're not going to be as heavily fortified as the center, because that's where the main points are going to be, I'm assuming, coming from, and where most of the fighting is going to happen. So,
right.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
Right.
Interesting stuff.
It will be definitely interesting. I mean, it's gonna be one of those. It's going to be one of those events where we're gonna have to be on our A game strategy. Yeah. But I think we're also gonna have to think outside the box too for new strategies.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea. So there's this game, and I talked about it in my streams, and you've probably seen it, and a lot of people have probably seen it. But it was War and Order. Me, Hound, and a couple other streamers played it. They have this game type where you start off on one end and another alliance starts off on another end, and they have a bunch of like forts that you can go and capture, and then it's an easy capture, and then you get to a point where you start to meet off against the enemy, like the other alliance, and you're trying to capture each other's forts, you're trying to take over it, and you're trying to get to their home base to essentially kill them off. So the way I envision this, and they kind of gave us a clue, we know that it's almost like in the clue, I'm not sure if you actually saw this. Let me see if I can find it. In the Prime server under Asgard, at the very beginning, there was you've got a prediction card shared with us. Did you see that?
Yeah. So they shared it out on their Facebook as well.
Okay, let me make this bigger. So if you see that border, obviously it's a border of a bunch of islands, but the closer you get to the middle, obviously you get to that center of the throne. So depending on where we start, say like someone starts left and then someone starts below, someone starts top, and someone starts in the right, you try to get to the center as fast as possible. Right. And then as soon as you capture that center, it looks like there's 5 different spots that surround the center, and then around there's a bunch of other other islands that surround the 5. And so the way I envision this is going to be very chaotic in the sense of there's going to be a focused attack on the left, and you're going to have to try and defend that with your clan so that they don't get past that. But at the same time, you're going to have to also focus on your other borders, because who knows, maybe there's 2 other clans that are going to try to attack on a specific location. The one thing we don't know is how many people can actually attack a tower at the same time. Like how many onslaughts can you send? Because when we were looking at the video that they sent us, there were only a I'd have to rewatch the video, but it only looked like there were 6 at a time.
Well, R4 in his stream actually went through and counted the spots down of what he could see in the video that they released to us.
Yeah.
And it starts with, I believe, 12 to 13 spots. And
That's
then
right.
it's like,
yeah.
And then it's like the farther you go in, you lose 1,
The bodies.
2 to 3. Yeah, you lose 1, 2 to 3 spots each island in towards the center until you finally get down to 6.
You almost have to like pick and choose your best players to move forward.
Yes. And then, I mean, the other side is like, if, it brings up the interesting mechanic of, if we move forward, if say you and I are in either an alliance together or in the same clan together, and you move forward to the next island and I'm defending the island behind you, can I send you reinforcements? Can you send me reinforcements? I mean, is there other ways to move around here, even though we're on different islands because of the bridges, or is that merely for advancing to the next level?
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'm really excited to see how this is going to pan out. I'm hoping it's not going to be a lag fest. But, yeah,
I want to see what these, because last time Polarium played something up this big, was Yacht. And then they played up Fury was really big. They released a lot of information. I remember you did quite a few like Negan post things about what Fury was really going to be like. And so it makes me wonder now, since they're releasing all this information about, hey, look, this update's coming. Hey, look, you guys got to be ready for this. Hey, you got to be, they're playing it up pretty big. I think, in the way that we've seen packs grow, we've seen the way the needs of like players and palaces grow. I think it'll be interesting to see how big our rewards are this time too.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm very interested to see how they're gonna take our money.
Take our money and avoid the dreaded blue circle of doom.
Exactly. Can we buy a pack that guarantees us no lag? That's what I would like. Cool. Well, that was basically all the questions, and it's gonna be interesting to see for sure. Again, thank you for that translation. I heard like when you guys decipher a Russian stream, how long does it take you guys to go from like beginning to end, essentially, to get all the information out to share with us?
A lot of the time, it's a couple of admins actually watching the stream while it's going on,
and they understand Russian, right?
Right.
So I guess they could take notes while it's happening.
Well, but we try to screenshot stuff as quick as possible. Because as you know, during a stream, information and things move so quick. Chats move so quick. And you don't want to lose those, in case Torin answers a question that was asked in chat, 9 or 10 lines back that has almost disappeared. You try to grab as much information out of the chat as possible. And a lot of it is we'll go in and we'll watch it. We of course like do all this with the utmost honor and respect for the Russian streamers and for the Russian community. And like, because they do a really good job of presenting their information in their streams as well as their lives. And so we try to grab as much as we can, and then we'll sit down and we'll break down the literal translation, almost word for word, for what they say, and try to make sure that they match up, to things that we know are in the game, or things that, we've seen asked in the game. And of course, like the streamers, the Russian streamers they're really awesome and open. If we have questions, we can reach out to them and ask them. And they'll let us know. The treasure sword was one we weren't familiar with the terminology that they used for the treasure sword itself, and we were able to reach out to Smirnov, and he answered that for us. So awesome. It was a really cool thing. And so it's one of those, for all the information that we just got, off of Smirnoff's stream. That was probably an hour to hour and a half, maybe, of translating, of
Dang.
sitting down and breaking it down and
Yeah,
really making sure that we went over it, a couple of times to make sure that it was actually correct with what we were reading and what we were seeing.
Well, thank you for this confirmed updates and getting rid of the idea of it. Obviously, it's still a rumor per se, but it's mostly confirmed. Like it's
Right.
Smirnoff got it, you guys translated it, and we're pretty accurate when we get our information that comes directly from Torrent. So that's awesome. But like the amount of effort and time that you guys put, it's crazy. And I remember like when I joined the server or the community, like the proxy community, the whole goal was to try to help each other out with learn better tactics, learn how to become stronger. And as time has developed, it got massive. Like I think there's 3 proxy groups currently online chat. Is that right?
There's 2 proxy groups itself, Training 1 and Training 2.
Was there a third? I thought there was a third at one point.
There was a third. We had an overflow for achievements when the achievement update came out.
Gotcha.
That chat about drove me crazy. I don't think I slept. Me and one of the other admins, I don't think we slept for like the first day of that update. And then we have bank packs 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I've seen those ones. Yeah,
the overflow where we pretty much just discuss like how to get anything from Valkyrie packs to Odin packs to what's behind your ladders. So if you look at, one ring of a ladder, you can basically go in and look at an album that's sorted by the admins. Again, it's the admin team that does the work.
Yeah.
They'll grab screenshots when people share. It's the community for the community that the admin group ties together. So, I mean, if you buy ladders 1 through 6 and you share them in there, we make them an album, so the next person that's like, hey, do I need the stuff in this album? Or do I need the stuff in this ladder?
They'll know, yeah.
Exactly. So they know, I don't need 4 and 5, so I can stop at 3.
Yeah.
But the proxy 1 and 2, it started, like you said, as a strategy chat. It was where we originally all started talking about, hey, don't farm with T6, even though the T6 update just came out. It started... I remember those screenshots back in the day, and it turned into really just like, let's strategic talk about the game. Let's break down the stats. Like, how do you get your offense higher? How do you get your defense higher? What's the best way to defend this?
And I've seen that even now. Like, it's insane the amount of information that goes through there and then is shared outward towards the community. And yeah, it's definitely a very useful chat. And I know that we have the proxy server as well for Discord.
We brought it to Discord this last year.
Yeah, it's not as big, but hopefully we can get that just as big. But yeah, like I've supported it. I know that there've been haters essentially in the past, and people that don't support the server itself or have publicly announced that they don't support it. But you know what? Screw them. The server itself has been nothing but helpful, and it's been a community that has helped grow hundreds of players. It's insane. And even for myself, like I still rely on the information that is brought to us essentially from you guys. Like again, I believe it was Amber. I was doing a defense in a stronghold defense, and Amber's like, "Why are you using your museum skin? Use what's his face?" And I was like, "Well, from what I thought, it was this." And then she's like, no, we did a test, so do this. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna trust you because I'm too lazy.
the test videos on my channel, the hero skins, the celestial gems, that is probably the first time a lot of people get to see what the test for proxy really looked like.
Yeah, and how it happens, like the breakdown behind it. Yeah.
So before, we've always said, hey, this is proxy verified.
Yeah.
We 100% confirm this works like this. Well,
But now
this
you
is
get
how
to
we
see
this
how
is
it
how we get
happens.
this result. We actually do take two players that are very similar in knowledge. Amber and I are within, I think, 30 of each other on our 6th free and secret knowledge right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, our towns are literally neck and neck in what you would see in strength. There's some differences in achievements. There's some differences, in our troop type, obviously. But we're pretty much neck and neck when it comes to strength. And so, I mean, those are days where one of us, either her or me, will leave our clan, and like we'll sit down for a day, and it's like, okay, what do we need to test?
Yeah.
Or Raj, Raj has people that test with him in his kingdom and clan, or any of the admins. Like, really, we get
It's a great
things where
community.
it's like,
It's a great community of leadership that helps get the information out there, and yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy the amount of work and time and effort that you guys put, and you guys don't get enough credit. And yeah, so here's me giving you guys the credit. Yeah, guys, if you guys have not already subscribed to Bones, go subscribe to Bones. We're trying to get him to 1,000 subscribers so we can get him to level 2. And then the next goal, which will take time, will be 3,000 subs, but you'll get there eventually. But yeah, we need Bones to get to 1,000 subs, you guys, so that he can, 1, give better rewards out to you guys, and 2, let's just get him the subs because he deserves them.
And I currently have a subscriber giveaway going.
Oh, subscriber giveaway.
Yeah.
All right, so make sure to enter that. I think there's only a couple hours left with that one.
No, there's 22 hours left. I posted it 2 hours ago, so
that's a couple hours. I can't say days because it's not a couple days. It's a couple hours.
Couple hours. Yeah, 22 hours to go subscribe and comment on the video.
By the time this video goes out, it'll be a couple hours. So yeah. So make sure to go subscribe to him, you guys. It's a subscriber giveaway, so do that. Check out his channel. It'll be in the description below, so you can go subscribe to him. And then if you guys want to check out his Discord server and all that stuff, it'll probably be in his descriptions as well in his videos. So yeah, awesome. Well, anyways, thank you so much, Bones. Thanks for hanging out and being here with us. And yeah, thank you very much for confirming that it is a confirmed update. It's not a rumor. It is confirmed that these things will happen. So thank you very much for confirming that with me and with the audience.
Thank you for having me, man. It was
no problem.
Really just happy to help the community. That's what it's about.
Totally. 100%. 100%. Sweet. All right. I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Take care. Peace out. I'll see you guys in the next one.